Hello my darlings, it's Nikki here, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to get this beautiful half up, half down zigzag braid. Now I'm not gonna lie, this braid is definitely not easy, but I promise you with patience and persistence, it's totally worth it. Now that the weather is finally starting to warm up, I'm so excited to try all of these different braided hairstyles. They're so fun and so flirty, and I really hope you guys will enjoy this tutorial. So don't get discouraged just because it's a little bit difficult in the beginning. I promise you it's going to be so worth it. So if you want to know how I recreated this beautiful half up, half down zigzag braid, please keep watching.
So to start off, I'm coating my hair with a shine serum. Because I want my braid to look more polished rather than messy, the serum is going to make sure that I don't have any flyaways and that my braid looks clean. Next, I'm brushing my hair with my tangle teaser to gently get rid of tangles, and I'm starting to brush at the bottom of my hair, and then I'm gradually moving my way up to the top. For this hairstyle, I only clipped in a few wefts from my fancy hair extension set. I left out 2 large 4-clip wefts and 2 medium 2-clip wefts that I usually place around my crown area. The reason I did this is because the 2 larger wefts would have been very difficult to hide under the braid. But I will still be clipping in the 2 medium 2-clip wefts just to give the braid more thickness and length, because these wefts are much easier to hide than the larger ones, even if you have ombre hair like me and you're using hair extensions that are your end color. As you can see, my last weft is clipped in at ear level to make sure that I have enough coverage at the top and sides to disguise them. For the 2 medium 2-clip wefts, I'm going to clip them right in the center of my head just above the last weft. To clip in the wefts, all I do is separate a section of hair horizontally and then use the clips to create a little nest in the hair by moving them in a circular motion before clipping them in. This ensures that they don't slip, and it's much safer on your hair than teasing. So after I've clipped in the 2 medium 2-clip wefts, I'm now separating my hair into 3 sections. The first section at the top will include all of the hair around the crown area, including the 2 wefts that I just clipped in. The second section in the middle will include all of the hair at my ear level, including just the largest weft at the top. And the third section at the bottom will be all the remaining loose hair. We will be braiding only the top 2 sections. I find that separating the hair into sections like this makes it much easier to work with the hair and keep track of where you're braiding. Before you begin braiding, make sure that the middle and bottom sections are clipped away so you don't get them mixed in with the top section. After I've separated my 3 sections, I'm starting to braid my top section. I'm taking a chunk of hair from the top of one side and separating it into 3 strands. From here, I'm going to start braiding a Dutch braid. A Dutch braid is simply a regular 3-strand braid, except instead of crossing the strands over each other, you're going to cross them under. So I'm crossing the strands under each other 2 times, and then I'm adding in a chunk of hair from the outside into the top strand only. We are essentially braiding a one-sided French Dutch braid. After you add in a chunk of hair into the top strand, cross the top strand under the middle strand, and then cross the bottom strand under the middle strand. Now add a chunk of hair from the outside into the top strand only, cross the top strand under the middle strand, cross the bottom strand under the middle strand, and repeat these steps again and again as you move across your head to the other side. So just a few tips as you braid. Make sure that you position your braid so that you are braiding horizontally across your head with a slight diagonal slant, and braid as closely to your head as possible. Another tip is to take your time when you have to reposition yourself as you braid the back to make sure that you don't lose your place. This will take some practice and patience. I had to redo my braid a couple times the first time I tried the zigzag braid, but it's totally doable, so just keep practicing and I promise you'll get it. So once I reach the opposite side of my head and run out of hair to add into the braid, I'm unclipping the second section of hair, and then I'm crossing under the strands 2 times without adding in any hair so that I can create the little bend of the zigzag. Now I'm braiding the other way across my head and then adding in chunks of hair from the second section of hair into the top strands of the braid as I go. I'm following the exact same steps as before, just in the other direction. Now I know that you can see my clip-in hair extensions at this point, and it's very noticeable since my root color is much darker, but if you're experiencing the same issue as I am, don't worry about it now because there's a way to hide these, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So after I run out of hair to add into my braid from my second section of hair, I'm going to continue braiding a regular Dutch braid until I'm at about the middle of the strands, and then I'm tying off the braid with a couple of small hair elastics. After I've tied out my braid, I'm going to go in and hide any wefts that are peeking through at this point. One of the ways to do that is to gently pull on the sides of the braid to widen it, which will help disguise any wefts that are peeking through. Another thing I always do whenever I'm creating a braided hairstyle on myself is use my phone to take a picture of the back of my head to see where I need to cover up my hair extensions. And I look at the picture as I feel the back of my head with my fingers so I know what to do. In this case, all I have to do is unclip and gently move the wefts downwards so that there is more of my natural hair covering them up. After I do that, I like taking a fine-tooth comb and brushing my natural hair over the wefts to make sure that my natural hair is evenly distributed over the wefts. This combination of steps always do the trick. And lastly, I decided to cover up the small hair elastics at the end of my braid since this braid is more polished than my usual looks. To do this, I'm simply taking a small strand of hair from the end of the braid, wrapping it around the hair elastics a few times, and then I'm taking a clear hair elastic and tying it around the end of the strand I wrapped and the ends of the braid. To hide this elastic, all you have to do is gently pull on the ends to slide the elastic under the wrapped portion.
Okay, my love, so that's all I have for you today. I really hope that you enjoyed this beautiful zigzag braid hair tutorial. Please leave your comments for me down below and let me know what you thought about it, and give this video a big like to see more videos like this in the future. And before I go, I wanted to remind you guys about my Tangle Teaser giveaway. I mentioned this giveaway in my spring haul video, and I just wanted to remind you that the giveaway is still open and I will be announcing the winner at the end of the month. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway is follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. It's that easy. And anyone, anywhere in the world can enter this giveaway. The winner will be selected by random.org, and I will be announcing the winner on my YouTube channel at the end of the month. I will leave all the details for you guys in the description box below, so make sure to check that out before you go. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please be sure to do so to stay up to date on all the latest hair trends, hair tricks, and hair ideas. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.
Subscribe to my channel to make sure you never have another bad hair day again.